clean out the blood, it's ketchup on the ceiling up there in the hospital. They did a lot of filming of The Rock Escape from Alcatraz. In fact, when we did $1 million worth of retrofit on the prison building, they actually filled in down here. Ever notice the numbers are the same? In a prison, you wouldn't have two cells with the same number. Now, Hollywood, though, morning sun's right over there, afternoon it's right over there, so they have identical numbers. 113, Clint Eastwood's cell. And of course, he escaped, but he had help. But, welcome to the wreck. Oh, but that's what the military called this place, but that's okay. The military built this whole prison. 600 prison cells, strap iron bars, swinging gates with key locks. Is that maximum security? In 1933, when the Federal Bureau of Prisons took over the place, they had to do a lot of upgrades. Number one, the cage on the wall behind you. Armed guards up there, never down on the floor with you. Keys kept up with the gun down. And to make sure you couldn't escape, let's get rid of the swinging gates. Let's put in case hardened tool-proof bars. No way you're going to get out of here. And Alcatraz was known as the slammer. These cell doors. Slamming sound. That's horrible, right? Oh, let's pretend it's in the morning. You've been woken up. And they had a bell. So now the alarm clock, they wake you up. You got to shave and you got to cold water. And then you brush your teeth and all that. And then you hear the guards go, send me the key. Put them on the string. Send them down. The key doesn't open the cell. It opens the control box at the end of the cell block. And guards told me, it depends on when you were here and who the wording was, but all of them said then they had to run downstairs and put the key back on the string and send it back up into the gun yard. So if I was a guard, would I be safe? Buddy's up there with a machine gun. I'm here. But the prisoners, they're living on sounds. All right, count's clear. Everybody ready to go eat? Is this going to be a good sound? A for all. Club time. Good sound? You get to come out. And you get to step in a line. And you're going to march down and go eat. As you step out of that cellar, what do you hear? A good sound? I kind of feel good going my front door as well. Then you go into the dining hall. 20 minutes. Didn't have a lot of time to talk, but I bet there was a lot more talking than the guards will tell you it really happened. Prisoners told me they were good to be able to get out of their cell and go eat with other prisoners. Then you come back up here, and they're going to put you back in your cell. Step in. This cell is 5 feet wide. I'm a little person. I put my arms out, 5'1". I have to put a hand up like this. That's your entire world. Is it a good sound knowing that you could be trapped in that cell until your next meal? And you hear this sound. You might be going, oh, wait a minute. They're going to let us out. There's something really neat about these doors. You now know that at the bottom, there's a series of numbers. At the bottom is an A for all. The second lever is a clutch, which programs all the pins in this metal covering here to get pulled up, so all the doors will slide open. Let's just say the guard says, okay, I need to do a cell search. Would this be a good cell? I'm going to start with cell number 1. I've clutched one door. They're coming into your room. So when you were teenagers, anything in there, you can't use that gate as a weapon against the guard. The guard is going to come in there. And if you're standing in there, you just step out and you wait. Remember the guy up there with the machine gun? So most of the prisoners said, love you, man. Guard could search your cell. Oh, didn't find anything. Gotta close it now. Slide tape, put the pin back into place. Now let's select another cell. Gonna close door number 1. This guy got off lucky. The next guy, he's trying to get his toilet to flush. Does he have something in there? Did this guy get caught? All of a sudden, would that make that sound of that door opening really bad? And guards loved it that they could open and close cells independent of each other. They could keep selecting and go right on down the line. So good sound, bad sound? Well, after they get those searches, then it might be time to take, let's say, Saturday. You're going to stay all day in your cell? Oh, the weather's supposed to be great tomorrow. So this be a good sound? Going out to the rec yard? What do you do out at the rec yard? Baseball? Is that going to be good? Are you thinking, oh, when I get up to pick, I hope they're going to hit it over the fence? Is that a good sound when that ball, you hear the crack of the bat and the ball goes flying over the fence? By the way, they only got one ball. Uh-oh. Would you be worried they'll take out a bunt? Or two. But you're going out to the yard. Is that a good sound? When those doors slam shut. Oh, but here's an interesting thing. And I'm on a floor. Oh, guy in cell number 1, he just spit, and we don't want him to come out. I can put this on cell door number 1. And I can disengage. Good sound? If you notice the reading up and that one is going the whole time. But you're in this cell, you happy? By the way, if I was a guard, I'd never do this. Good sound? You're trapped in there. Now, is it a good thing or a bad thing to be left alone in that cell? Good or bad? The lonely, the isolated, the boredom. Safe. Nobody can attack you. You're not going to get raped. Is that a good thing? Ah, everybody else is going out to you. And make it easier. And you're trapped. You get the point that these guys heard this over and over and over again. Good sound or bad sound? You're going to say it depends on where you were going. Prisoners that I've interviewed talked about Alcatraz being the most boring place in the entire world. When we meet a prisoner, we say, tell us stories. We got up at the same time every day. We shaved good cold water. We walked down the pier. We got breakfast. It was good food. We could talk a little bit. Then we marched back to ourselves. We're counted. If it's a weekday, you go into work. How many of you want to work? By the way, they got paid to work. The most interesting thing about working is for every month you worked, you could earn days off your sentence. It was called industrial good time. So like you folks, when you work, you're earning time off vacation. Well, at the end of the sentence, if you've got a 50-year sentence, it might get shortened down. One of the convicts that came out here, he told his wife, we're going to get divorced. I'm serving a life sentence. I'm never going to get out. I want you to go out and find somebody else. I want you to be happy. That man did such a good job of following the rules. His sentence kept getting released and released, or shortened and shortened and shortened. After 10 years, guess what? Unfortunately, she had gotten married. Fortunately. As you're alone in those cells, some of the guys followed the rules here. So was it the sound that intimidated them into wanting to be good and follow the rules? On the audio for you hear Jim call, hey man, you got a visitor. The guard would open his cell. And Jim's going to get to go down and see a visitor. Is that a good cell? On the other he says, see a pretty person. He got down there and he saw 6. Is that a good cell when that cell open? By the way, when Jim turned his life around, got out of prison, he hated this place, absolutely hated it so much. And he never broke any laws. He knew that sister the rest of his life. They stayed close until the day Jim died. Torture being locked in that cell? We could not get Jim to step into a cell. We only just keep you there for a minute. Because this sound trapped him, took away his freedom, locked him in. Worst sound in the world? The prisoners talked about this being a controlling sound, them being trapped. And at the end of the day, after they're done with dinner in there, actually they called it supper. It was good food. They called it supper. They're marched out. Into these cells, and they're going to stand until 7:30 tomorrow morning in one of those cells alone. Imagine for a minute. Nobody to touch. Cold concrete. There was steam heat, but you're alone. And now you're in this cell, and you're alone. Then you hear this sound, which means all the pins have been disengaged. There's no way you're going to trick your way out of here. Send me the keys! And then this is getting long. You know that after that final lockdown at home, the keys went out of the building? If you needed out of your cell, they had to call the warden and get permission. Are you feeling trapped and alone in that cell? And could you imagine the guard walking by? I'm going to dinner tonight, and we're going shopping, and then I have vacation, and the holidays. How do you feel in yourself? I didn't physically hurt anybody, but is that torture? Being trapped? That's what every prisoner tells me they hate it. Being trapped. Now, you folks are in a national park, you're not trapped. And you're going to be able to leave. You can go out the front door and see the $1 million view of San Francisco. Prisoners saw that. You couldn't get there with any prison. You can go out the recreation yard, walk across the west side of the island, and in front of the prison down. Prisoners could do that, but they couldn't leave. No matter how you get out of this building, you're going to have the one thing every prisoner dreams of. But take a second before you get on that boat. You have to listen to those stories over and over again, and then you can take it. Well, y'all get to leave. If you have questions, I'll